So why pick Truly Title? Like I said earlier, it's really about that technology that we have. It's about that friendly service and about us really being a part of your business and helping you out, getting your transactions to the finish line, and just being someone that you know that you can call and depend on to get an answer when needed. All of our locations here, we've actually added a new location since this one was done. We have a new office going in Rockwall. So we're really closing that gap between DFW and Tyler. But I think we've all seen that happen. And, Terrell used to be so far away, and now it's like, boom, you're there. So I'm down here, cover this office as well. So if you ever have anything in that Houston market, give me a call. Would love to be able to, whether it be refer a good agent to you or help you closing, you just let me know. I'll be down there to help you. So with one of the tools that Truly offered, it's that mobile farming app. It's called Fluid Pro. It is specific to Truly Title. Truly Title has the rights to it for probably about another 4 years. So I'm going to be transparent as I'll get out. You're going to get in here and you're going to see things that aren't correct on certain properties. When you do run into that, email me and let me know. We have 4 years to perfect this program before, unfortunately, it gets sold to other title companies. Obviously, they're businessmen, so they want to get this in front of as many agents as we can on the Truly side before they start giving it to other title companies. So whenever you get in here and you start seeing that, hey, maybe that tax amount wasn't right, the square footage wasn't right, whatever that looks like, you shoot me over an email with the property address and what the issue is. I send it over to our IT department, and they correct it for us. They know I'm not good with IT stuff, so that's why they say just forward it over to me. So whenever I was presented this program, I wanted to be able to make a class that kind of surrounded it. And what, I give you this farming tool, but what is farming? What do I need to do with it? How does it benefit my business? So that's why I took the time just to kind of put together a quick slideshow just to go over some things about farming effectively to grow your business and what that looks like. So I haven't done a slideshow since I was in college, so please forgive it. I will say it looks pretty dang good. But what is farming? I think with farming, anybody knows you can't plant a tomato seed and the next day you have a full-grown tomato plant with tomatoes falling off of it. This farming takes time. It takes consistency. It takes you being that person for whatever neighborhood, community you decide to be in. I would venture to say, and Cindi could probably help me on this, you're going to look at that probably 1.5 to 2 year mark before you really start seeing things turn over for you in a neighborhood that you're actively going into. So don't give up whenever you've picked that neighborhood and you're really going to dedicate yourself to whatever community that is. I would venture to say at least give it 3 years before you just say, okay, this is not working. But once again, that's all going to be based on what that community looks like and what you're doing there for that community. So farming that area or market segment in real estate helps develop that business in a specific area or market demographic, and you farm that designated area for business. You farm local subdivisions, communities, neighborhoods, and you're planting the seed for the future business. That nurturing them with marketing information, and once again, being that educational tool for them. You want to be that person that hands down, they know that they can call you and say, hey, what's going on in the neighborhood? Why are taxes going up so much? How much is my home worth? You want to be that person that they feel comfortable asking what they think are silly questions, but there's no silly question in real estate because people are just uneducated and don't know. So make sure that you are that person in whatever community you decide to be in. It involves establishing an ongoing relationship with those potential clients and community involvement. So farming consistently and effectively will lead to you 2 years of a full pipeline and continuous business. I know that you can walk it or drive through some communities and you know the agent that works that community. Their signs are there, they're sending out flyers, you get that feeling that they own that community. I know that is where I've come from, or even neighborhoods here when I lived here. There were certain agents that were dominant in certain neighborhoods. So pick that community of whatever that is and be involved. Pick to do it like a shred day, a big trash day. I also say get involved with property management companies because they're the ones that know exactly what's going on in the neighborhoods. They are the ones that know the budget for those neighborhoods whenever they have spring flings or summer fest or whatever that looks like that they're doing for those communities, and be an intricate part of something that even those property management companies can call on and say, hey, Misty, we're fixing to do this. Would you like to bring a snow cone machine? The cost of a snow cone machine, you can rent one for $100 a day kind of thing and have your logo on those things that you're passing out. But I think one of the big things that people miss is You want to be an interactive part of that day for them. You know, you could pay a teenager to go pass out snow cones, but be there, shaking hands, kissing babies, and just letting them know, wear your logoed shirt so that they know, yeah, she's a real estate agent. He knows what he's doing. Maybe he can tell me what my house is worth. Because as we know, whatever you did in 2020 and 2021 is going to look a little different going into 22. This year is, I think every year we say, oh, it's a different market. Yeah, it's a different market every year. But this one, I think, is really going to shake us up and maybe level out some things. So be a part of that. I've had really great success with agents doing these big trash days where they'll get with some of their vendor partners and advertise for, a good month or so prior to that dumpster coming over and saying, hey, we're going to provide this for you. Be there. Help those people unload and get the things in the big trash day or the truck or whatever it is, and pass out your information. Ask them if they want to sign up to be on a mailing list for you, a newsletter, that you're taking over that community and want to keep them educated on what's going on. Once you give them a piece of advice or you're willing to help, those walls come down a little bit and they're going to be more apt to want to talk to you, other than, hi, I'm a real estate agent. Have you thought about buying or selling your home? So give them that educational moment and let them know that you're there to help them. A lot of people in the community, there's the teams, baseball teams, football teams, things of that nature. Get involved in those too that are going to be directly affected by that community, because you see the signs in people's yard that my kid's a cheerleader or whatever that looks like. So those things go hand in hand, and you can sit here and just brainstorm away of all the things that you could do for a community to be involved in with those communities. So communication, this is one of those things when you're sending out postcards, you're sending out flyers, maybe you're sending out newsletters for email on their email list. It's that communication. Once again, pick how consistent you're going to be on it. Are you going to do monthly newsletters and then do quarterly send outs? Are you going to do quarterly send outs, quarterly newsletters? Whatever you pick and you decide you're going to do, just make sure that you're doing it consistently so that they know when to expect it, right? Something's coming up, but I know I'm probably going to be getting that newsletter from my agent soon, or the one that's working this neighborhood. So once again, just be persistent and consistent on what you're given. I tell all of my agents to add all of your vendor partners on social media. Add your lenders, your title companies, your insurance, because not only are they a direct contact for you, but the things that they're putting on their social media is immediate content for whatever you decide to put out. I know Truly Title, I encourage you to go like all of the offices, even in the DFW area, because daily they are putting out different flyers, they're putting out different content. And ideally what we want you to do is take that information and brand it to yourself. You can share it if you'd like, if it's something great, and give me kudos. I'll appreciate that. But there's things that we put out there that we know, and we want you to take that information, brand it to yourself, and use it as your content to get out there on social media, and make sure that you're coming across as not only educated, but know what you're talking about and how to present it. So take that information, send it over to Canva, send it to y'all's marketing department, which is incredible, and create that content and whatever that looks like for your flyers, mail-outs, newsletters, whatever that looks like for you. So going into this, what are you putting on it? What is information that you're going to be putting on these flyers, these letters? Maybe you're doing handwritten letters. I think that's a lost art. I think that handwritten letters go a long way. I don't know about you, but when I get a letter in the mail and it's handwritten and I don't know who it is, but it's addressed to me, I'm way more apt to open it than it is like a printed label. Because I'm like, who just wrote my name like this on a letter? Like, who do I owe? Like, but maybe take that moment and do a handwritten letter and get that sent out to people. You're going to be able to farm what we call hot properties in the farms that you choose, and maybe make those the ones that you do the handwritten letters to. Once again, neighborhood stats, school district information. How many people have received something in the mail that has the NFL calendar on it with the real estate agent, or the MLB calendar? I don't know about y'all, but sports, I'll watch it every now and again, but I'm not a big sports buff person to where I want the calendar on my refrigerator. But you know what I do want? A school calendar, because I can't tell you how many times I've Googled that dang thing and screenshot it and whatever. But if you had that school calendar with whatever neighborhood you decide to farm, and it has the holidays blocked out and all of that with your name, your logo and all that, I'm going to be more willing to put that on my refrigerator than I am the Dallas Cowboys calendar. I joke about it, but I'll literally have like 6 screenshots of the school calendar on my phone because I'm like, oh, I need to keep that. And then you lose it because you take 50,000 more pictures, right? So things like that. Even put the local football calendar on there, right? You've got these kids that are involved in all of these sports. Give effort to go back into your community and support them. Give that school district something back that those people are going to not only appreciate, but want to keep and put on their refrigerator, right? So yeah, the school district information, neighborhood stats. Once you become the person that knows when the house sold, what it sold for, and you can include that in a newsletter, these people are going to know that you're the person to go to for that information. So median income, time on MLS, make it easy for anyone to find you. The worst thing is someone sends out a postcard and they forget to put their name on it, and it's their picture, but they don't have a name, a phone number, an email, like, she's beautiful, but how do I contact her, right? So make sure that you're putting that information. I think that going through COVID really changed a lot of people's mindset on, a lot of people went inside, right? And people are now coming back out, but I think the QR codes ended up being so beneficial. So include one of those QR codes on any of your newsletters, any of your flyers, your email blast. So when they hit that QR code, it directs them to any of your social media, your website. If it directs to a website, you immediately have a new lead because you're able to see who's visited your website. And give them that opportunity on that to sign up on the QR code for your newsletter if you do that. So once again, you could sit here and think of all the different things that you could put on these mailers that you're going to send out to people. So take that time, and I encourage you to set an appointment up with me and let's brainstorm. It's one of my favorite things to do. It lets me get to know the agent and kind of what of all of this makes sense for you to do. So reach out. I would love to just have a brainstorm meeting with you and figure out what that looks like for you and what you need to send out. So we have partnered with Agent Print Pro. They work exclusively with Truly Title, and we offer to send out things at a heavily discounted price. Some of the postcards start out at 10 cents a piece. It comes with this little code down here. Obviously, I did not wear my glasses today, but you will have this on that email so you can go back and look at that. Our idea is not only to bring you these tools, but give you all the resources to make what we're teaching you something that you can actually do, something that's tangible. Once again, I've said y'all have an incredible marketing department. Truly does as well. All the flyers that go out are created by them. I do not do those. So if you do have something, that our marketing department works with our agents as well. So if that's something that you would like us to take a look at, send it over to me. We can work something up, send it over to them, and they can put the cross the T's, dot the I's kind of thing on it.